so excited and I just can't hide it because in today's mail I received my Tyldwick Tarot from Malpertuis Designs. There's their website. That is where you can obtain this deck. I'll go through it with you, and if you enjoy it, hopefully I'll enjoy it too. Go to their website and check it out. It's a little more costly than, say, buying a deck on Amazon or someplace, but I hope this will be worth it. So, as you saw, this is my iPad here, so I'm showing you their homepage. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. I saw a couple of reviews of this deck online, and I was really anxious to order it and get it. Now let me give you a little bit of the back end story, because I wondered about the name, Malpertuis. It's a French name, and apparently there was a novel written in the early part of this century by that name, Malpertuis, and it was about I just got the bare plot. It was about a guy who is trapped in some kind of a Gothic mansion. Oops, you'll have to excuse my dogs. Quiet! Go away. So I did a quick Google search and looked up this unusual word, Malpertuis. It's a French word, and I found out that there was a movie in 1971 by the same name, and the general plot of the movie tells us that a sailor discovers his uncle is capturing dying Greek gods and sewing them into human flesh. Let's see. And then if you look at Wikipedia for the same looking up the same movie, 1943, a Gothic horror novel by the Belgian author Jean Ray. And Malpertuis is a crumbling ancient house where a dying warlock has trapped the aging gods of Olympus inside the skins of ordinary Flemish citizens. So that sounds kind of strange and maybe something to watch one day when you've got nothing else going on. Okay, so let us unbox. I've taken it out of the package. As I said, I'm very excited, and if you know me and have seen my videos, you know I'm not pretty excitable. I'm pretty even-tempered. Let me see, what did I get here also? In addition to the deck, let me put that aside. I've got some kind of a little envelope included. Ooh, look at there. My name personalized. Certified holder of the Tyldwick Tarot and the deck number. Then moving along, we also received a little letter, my invoice, limited edition. Okay. And there's a copy of the deck number. I guess that's 1419. Nice. Well, that was a nice touch. Very nice. All right, now let's open the package. So what drew me to this deck when I had seen other reviewers cover it was that this deck is images that are all sort of interior design or in a house or a mansion or a garden, as if you were in someone's home or living space. So here's the box. The world is the image on the front of the box. It's the flip-top box. The colors are very muted and rich. That's another thing that drew me to this deck. It's the front of the box. We have the Fool on the front, the World on the back. All right. Copyright 2013. So that's 4 years ago. They still have decks apparently. I don't know how many were produced. Okay. I'm going to set the box aside. And let us open this deck. Ooh, I am so excited to see this deck at last. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The gold gilt edges. I love the pattern on the back. Now I will have to tell you there's no little white book included with this deck. You can rely on your knowledge of tarot. If you're a beginning reader, this is probably not the best for you. So let's see. Oops. I like the cardstock. It's not too thick. It's high quality satin finish, and in my opinion it's lovely. So let's have a quick run through of the cards. Put this over here. So we have 0, the Fool. You see the mantle, the Fool in the sort of in a mirror there. Looks like he's about to come in the room. We've got a metronome that marks time. Some interesting elements here. Very lovely. This is very Jungian. The house is sort of considered to be the repository of the soul, and it's sort of an allegory to have the house represented in this deck. Here is the Magician. You see all the tools on the table. And you see a sort of a theater behind, or a puppet show type of an image. The Magician. Here we have the High Priestess. This is beautiful, a beautiful altar with the double obelisks, and we've got a Egyptian figure there. Now for the Empress, of course, we had to have an image in the garden. This is sort of a garden, altar in a garden, I would say. Really conveys the image of the Empress. Number 4, the Emperor. I love, love, love this Emperor card. It really conveys knowledge, structure, for fatherly care and seeking, learning. Reminds me of my father. He would have a library like this. All right. Next we have the Pope, or which would be the equivalent to the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite system. This appears to be a sculptural piece. It doesn't look to be an actual person. And that's an interesting facet of this deck. There are no actual living people or living animals. It's pictures, statuary, things that you would find in a house. There's the Lovers. Here's the Chariot. We've got this double sphinxes. We've got the same sort of imagery as you have in Rider-Waite with the canopy over the driver. It's not an actual chariot, but it conveys the same essence. So Justice is 8 in this deck. What a beautiful Justice card. We've got the scales. We've got the balance in the piece of furniture, the balance in the flowers, and even the balance up here. The Hermit. So this is sort of an alcove in the house with a statue of the Hermit. It looks actually like it's some sort of a fountain. Very interesting. You get the impression that that would be off by itself somewhere, and hence the Hermit effect. Number 10, Wheel of Fortune. There's another sort of a fountain. We see the water coming out of the mouth, turning the wheel. Very pretty garden image again. We've got roses here and some other statuary above. Number 11 would be the Strength card in a regular deck, but in this deck we're calling it Fortitude. Same essence. There's a lion, a little bird, Fortitude. So the lion has sort of been contained within there. Number 12, the Hanged Man. That's a very typical image. It's a very interesting hanged man, very typical. Number 13. The Death card. You can see the figure of the skeleton with the sickle, the old organ, the idea of time. Everyone's time will eventually come. And number 14, Temperance. It's a lovely Temperance card. See, it's like a rainbow on this figure. The Devil. And hey, all you have to do is look in the mirror to find the devil. Very interesting concept. Got a sort of a Cernunnos figure here, but basically the idea is you are the one who is slave to your desires, and the concept of a devil as being something external doesn't really exist. Number 16, the Tower. That's very interesting. Tower of, looks like a biblical image, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look that up to know if that's Tower of Babel or what that is. A lot of these, I like the tables that are included. You carry through the theme of being inside a home. All right, number 17, the Star. Another lovely fountain. Got some nice blooming flowers, a Grecian urn, the Star. The Moon. I am so in love with this deck. Or number 19, the Sun. Got the sunflowers. Number 20, Judgment. #21, the World. Nice, you've got your different geometric shapes here. There is a figure within the wreath here, a dancing figure. Okay, let's move on to the Minor Arcana. Now this is another nice feature of this deck. The edges are not white, but they contain sort of the color of the suit. Well, we've got the gold gilt, of course, but I mean if you spread them slightly. This is the suit of staves, and it's kind of a reddish orange, which does fit well with the fire theme. For the water suit, which is cups, we have sort of an aqua green. And for the suit of swords, sort of a yellowish, very pastel, airy looking color. Suit of swords, which is air. And then for the suit of coins, we have a more earthy, brownish looking color contained in most of the cards. So let's see, I'm going to arrange these the way I like to look at them, which is swords, staves, as we travel around the wheel, swords for the east, staves for the south, cups for the west, and coins or pentacles for the north. So here are the aces. I'm trying to see if I can get a better view of all of them for you. There are the aces, coins, cups, staves, and swords. Then the twos, we have the Two of Swords, which has a bird outside of a cage there. Birds are commonly used to represent the suit of air or swords. Here we have the Two of Staves or Two of Wands with two fiery blooms there. Here we have the Two of Cups, more of a green, watery theme, and the Two of Coins. And we'll move on to the threes. Three of Swords, Three of Staves. We've even got the ship to sort of tie into the Rider-Waite. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. And we have the Three of Coins. So as you can see, there's not a lot of busy imagery. The cards are very generic and you're going to need to use your intuition when you read with these cards. We'll move on to the fours. Four of Swords. Got the four wheels of the wheelchair there. Taking a little rest. Maybe not a voluntary rest. Four of Staves. The Artist's Brushes. Four of Cups. And Four of Coins. Gosh, that's a beautiful Four of Coins. I want to try and get it a little closer so you can see it a little more better, a little more nicely. There's a lot of fine detail in these cards that once you get them home, I think you're going to have to examine them closely to see it. All right. So we've got zodiac symbols there. Let's move on to the fives. This deck is just beautiful. I'm telling you, I'm crazy about it. Here we have the Five of Swords. It's an interesting card. It doesn't really convey strife or conflict, but it does convey a sense of dismal, sort of being deserted type thing, like a haunted house almost. That's the Five of Swords. The Five of Staves. We've got, oh, isn't that interesting, a warrior theme here, a classical type warrior with the wrestling, Greek wrestlers there. Very interesting. Five of Staves. The Five of Cups. Another card that's sort of depicting a sense of loss or abandonment. Then we move on to the Five of Coins. And again, we see a theme that's common with the fives, a sense of loss or a sense of not having enough to fill your needs. Okay, now we're going to move on to the sixes. Here we have the Six of Swords. Interesting. I guess you could regard studying and learning as a sort of a resting period, sailing away from your normal life. All right, then we have the Six of Staves, which is the victory. You can see the laurel wreath there. You've achieved a claim or victory of some sort. All right, the Six of Cups, and we have six potted flowers or potted plants that are thriving there with the dose of water. And then we have the Six of Coins, which gives you a sort of a impression of richness with those emblems. So when you've got wealth, you may be wanting to spread it around and share it with others. That's a really beautiful card. Wow. Okay, let's move on to the sevens. Okay, we have Seven of Swords. And there's some type of a scarab or beetle there. A letter. It may be indicative of some sort of a interaction that may not be positive or may contain something that you're not expecting. Here's the Seven of Staves. We have seven soldiers standing their ground there. The Seven of Cups. You've got seven cups on the table. You've got choices, possible illusion. Possibly you have a problem with being unable to resist addictive tendencies. And there we have the Seven of Coins. which shows, again, it gives a very general impression of development and growth. You can kind of see it's in the garden, and there are some plants growing along the side here of the wall. Okay, now moving on to the eights. Here we have the Eight of Swords. And what we see is 8 pieces of barb on the barbed wire. Traditionally used to contain, so the idea of being contained that is common to so many tarot decks is given, you're given that impression here with this card. The Eight of Staves, motion, 8 arrows. There's the board they're going to be shooting at. So there's going to be some motion there. 8 of Cups. Will you be moving away from these cups? Or is this situation something you're going to stay in? And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, or 8 of Coins in this deck. And it looks as though someone has built something beautiful here. And if we get a little closer in the center, can you see that figure in the middle there? And the picture of the town in the background. That's very pretty. It's as though somebody has made this piece of art, and they're an accomplished craftsman, which fits with the 8 of Coins or Pentacles. All right, let's move on to the 9s. Oh, I'm just so enjoying this deck. It's just so pretty. 9 of Swords. You're having self-doubts, nightmares, thoughts of why is it like this? What have I done? That type of a feeling. And we have the 9 of Staves. That's Atlas with the world on his shoulders. Wow, he's really working hard there. And the 9 of Cups. 9 perfume bottles. It gives you really the idea of luxury. Having achieved a lot in the world, you've got all the basics of life and you're able to splurge on little luxuries like perfumes. And then we have the 9 of Coins. Another card of abundance. Treasures locked inside your home because you have an abundant amount of success and wealth, and you're going to be able to enjoy it. All right, then we'll move on to the 10s. Here we have the 10 of Swords. Typically a very ominous card. And I don't really see that I don't really get that impression from this deck. It looks as though someone has a pen, fountain pen, and the inkwell, but everything else is gone. Then we have the 10 of Staves. Another card of being overworked. You see the axe. So someone has really done a lot of work piling up this wood, and now they're done doing that. Now their job is complete. Time to move on to something else. Here we have the 10 of Cups. Great happiness. Everything's in order. Happy family, happy life. And here we have the 10 of Coins. Sense of completion, wealth, abundance being stored here. Something to leave to your heirs. Okay, So far so good. I think I'm picking up on most of these in the essence of what they would like to portray. I may have to give them a little more study. Okay, let's move on to the next, the first of the court suits, which are the pages. So Page of Swords, and let me get in a little closer so you can get a good view of that. There's so much depth and richness to these cards. Page of Staves, just beautiful. Page of Cups, Page of Coins. So similar to the aces, in my mind, the pages are sort of the essence of the suit, the beginning stages. Oops, my greyhound had a little burp there. Alrighty, let's move on to the next card, which would be the Knight. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords, fireplace image, the bellows, the clock. Oh, these are all look to be fireplace images. Here's the Knight of Staves, a clock, a couple of bookends there. Gosh, the red flower urns are just beautiful. Here's the Knight of Cups, another fireplace image, but more with the sense of water with the colors and the female figure there. And then we have the Knight of Coins, a more opulent fireplace. Knight of Coins. All right, now we'll move along to the Queens. Here is the Queen of Swords with her harps, and I'm not sure if those are cranes or storks, flamingos, some sort of bird image there. Queen of Swords. Of course, birds fit with the sword element of air. Then we have the Queen of Staves. Queen of Cups. We see the water element there. I'm not sure that this conveys to me the staves, which is a fire element. I see the color of fire there, but actually there's a water fountain in the image, so that'll take a little working for me to relate to that as the Queen of Staves or the Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups, that's a pretty decent representation. And then we have the Queen of Coins. Really has a luxurious feel to the card, so that sort of fits with the coins or pentacles theme. Now on to the Kings. We have the King of Swords. Beautiful, the peacock feathers. And there's a fan. The gorgeous carpet there. Butterflies. another air element association. King of Swords, King of Staves, we have a French horn, again the red color to carry through the theme of fire. King of Staves. The pillars back there, I suppose, are reminiscent of staves. Now we have the King of Cups, the white flowers are beautiful. The blue color, or aqua color, reminiscent of water, which is the element for cups. And then we have the King of Coins, the essence of richness here with a huge chest, probably containing riches or treasures. I'm not sure what these, looks like wooden balls, what they're meant to portray. Then we have the suit of coins or pentacles is associated with earth, so we've got the trees growing there. We see the outdoors. King of Coins. So that's basically it. That is my run through. I hope you enjoyed the Tyldwick Tarot. As I said, you can order it on their website. Sorry for the sirens in the background. I live close to a hospital, and we will talk to you all next time. I've really been on a roll this week. I've bought several tarot decks, and I'm just enjoying reviewing them for you. Having a really good time. And I hope you're enjoying seeing these decks also.